Hi, my name is MomoMorgana and welcome back to the Sims 4 Ultimate Decades Challenge. This is, gotta fix my mic, there we go. This is year 1396 and this is gonna be a little bit of an interesting year because we have Lawrence's birthday, so he'll be aging up into a teen. And I'm honestly just super excited to get into things. So everyone's at the house just chilling for the time being, but speaking of the house, I'm not sure if I want to have anyone leave this year, but as always, I'm actually going to, okay, I guess they're walking away. I'm actually going to flip the coin to see if any of what, oh, that's a terrible omen. Thank you, Graham. I'm actually going to flip the coin to see if this is a safe year for them to be exploring, or will they face some potential run-ins with a monster hunter. So I already have my coin out for once and I'm flipping and they got a heads. Okay, so they are safe this year. So we can explore freely this year without any chance of running into any of the monster hunters, which is fantastic. So, hey there, neighbor. Oh yeah, I forgot Mortimer Goth lives here. Well, he just straight up ran right into David. Hello, welcome to the village. If y'all haven't watched my side household update that's out before this video at some point, this is Mortimer Goth from my Medievalifying the Sims 4 Townie series from a while back. I did him and his whole family, and since my world is mostly empty now and a lot of the Smiths have coupled together for one reason or another, is more thoroughly explained in my my previous side household update, which is number 6, I believe. But basically, Mortimer Goth lives in the village now. He lives actually right down the road from us, to a familiar face. It don't even matter, but that also means that his son is with him. His daughter is not. He's divorced from Bella Goth because she cheated on him and she gave birth to a child that is not Mortimer's, but whatever. Mortimer's here in Bagley, and that means his son Alexander is also here, which means there is another rich family to potentially marry into. The Goths are extremely prominent, so if they keep their roots here, or if they start to develop roots in Bagley, and especially if we can kind of get in with this family, which is a human family, I'd imagine that it might do really well for like the social hierarchy of the Smith family. You know, we already have Edith marrying the future lord of the village, but having another prospective family to marry into besides Henry's is actually really cool. So obviously Stephen can't come greet this guy because he is not alive any longer. So of course Lucia, I guess we can invite him in. He's already done seeing David. Well, he's leaving, so we're still kind of in mourning. Everybody's grieving in their own way. I forgot who's grieving, but some people's grievances have changed off screen while I was kind of getting this episode together. So like Lucia here, her grieving style changed to actually have no clue. I actually don't know where the grieving thing is anymore. Wait, am I tripping? Okay, yeah, it changed from like the faking one to anger. So she went from trying to hide her pain to it just kind of transforming into anger. Edith has the angry one, and so does Celestia, and I think another kid or something like that. So Stephen's death did really leave a mark on the family. Now, Lawrence isn't aging up at this exact moment, so there are a few things I kind of want to do today. One, Edith is getting married soon, either next episode or the episode after next, because she'll be 16 soon. But that means that she and Sir Augustin need to get their relationship up higher, or at least their romance. So, you know, let's not waste any time. We are, you know what, it's not in the town. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ask him on a date, right? I'm sure there'll be someone around supervising to make sure nothing inappropriate is happening between this young lady and the future lord, but these guys are going to go to the tavern. I believe I went ahead and changed that place to a tavern, but you say no. I invited him over. I didn't mean to do that. I think I did that by reflex. I wasn't trying to actually invite the guy over. Oh, okay. So the kids are headed off to do their thing, but I guess we'll just do this in person. Come ask this guy on a date so y'all could go get to know each other a little bit better. But look at this guy. He was a really big help in Edith kind of going through her grieving period over her father's sudden death. So at this point, does it even make sense to call the male heirs dying at 30 a sudden death? Because they all die at least by 30, if not before. We have not had an heir live longer than that to date. Let's see. Yes, I did. Excellent. So they're gonna head to this tavern and just enjoy themselves. I kind of wish it was a different century so we could do like a little picnic basket, but a picnic date will just have to wait. It will just have to wait. Let's see. There's a few things we could do for this date. I do need them to kind of get to know each other again because they don't know she doesn't know all of his traits like she used to in the other save files. So she's just going to talk to him and then they're going to be a little flirty with each other. So she learned that he's unstable, which, oh god, there's a hunter right there. It's okay. He can walk past us. We're not going to be hunted this episode. She is perfectly safe. Ask Sir Augustine on a date. You literally just did. Y'all are on a date right now, actually. She's like, oh, this is already going great, I can tell. The conversation should suggestive. Whoa. Let's have y'all sit together here. Let me bring this back out so I know what I'm doing. So let's try to get us both be flirty at the same time. I don't know if that's gonna work for her because she's got a lot going on in her head, but let me just give it a go. I do wonder if these two are going to be soulmates. It could end up being like a Mies situation where she was, you know, super close with the guy before they realized they were soulmates. Throughout the conversation, Edith got the impression that Sir Augustine finds her quite attractive, making her wonder if she has the right idea. Okay, so that's not the soulmate mod, but that is the attractiveness part of Wonderful Whims. So he finds her either very attractive or extremely attractive. That's usually the only times I get those pop-ups. Okay, interesting. I wonder if declaring love publicly now will work, now that we know that he's kind of like into her. So he finds her beautiful. Oh, the guy is smitten. But you know what? I am happy that, you know, Edith was able to find someone who thought that she was just the most beautiful girl in the world. The absolute bee's knees, you know? Let's become BFFs. I think this is your closest friend. I think, if nothing else, this can be a time to solidify that bond. If nothing else, because you don't really have any friends for real, you know? Okay, Edith really likes affection. Now, does she... I kind of want to take this as she likes when people are, like, affectionate to her. Like, Sir Augustine is clearly the type of person, because he's absolutely, like, just smitten with her and thinks she's gorgeous, like, just the most beautiful maiden in the kingdom. I'm sure that he is super affectionate towards her all the time, bringing her like little gifts, making up excuses to be close and get away with some hand holding, gasp. You know, so I'm sure that I think it's less that she likes. I'm sure she likes to tease and flirt here now and again, but I think what she likes most is being like fretted over, kind of like that, you know? I think she really likes that someone wants her enough to just move the moon and the stars for her, which is what Sir Augustine is. Once again, they're still not soulmates as far as I'm aware, so it's always like a little concerning in the back of my mind, but not everybody finds their soulmate in this game, so I think that that's super interesting. We're going to make this official and get them engaged a little bit later, but let's kind of do this official part right now. Officially partners, let me just make sure. Yep, they're exclusive and deeply connected lovebirds. Once again, nothing insane, nothing crazy, but I do think this is pretty fun. Now, there's not too much I could do. Express your fondness. There's not too much I could do, once again, because enticing mention unconventional woohoo positions. Okay, she is freaky. Oh wait, they are soulmates. Actually, I really wanted them to be soulmates. I was gonna be a little sad. I think I just talked about it before I muted myself, that I wanted them to be soulmates, and I was scared that they would have different soulmates. But this is just an Amis situation. This is exactly what happened with Amis and Thomas in their love story, where Amis was just so guarded from everything she had been through up at that point, that she didn't even realize the soulmate was standing right in front of her. And I think Edith, now that she's older, she's seeing Sir Augustine in a different light, you know, like having someone who literally just freaking worships her, and she just has a deep understanding of her. They both have some similar worrying traits, you know, but I think that they understand each other nonetheless, and I think they always have. Sir Augustine and her became quick friends as children and everything. Like, we know the story. This is so cute. I'm so happy. I was so worried they wouldn't be. Also, their little ears. Let's see. Edith has known Sir Augustine for a while now, but somehow things are different now. Edith had always thought that she would recognize her soulmate from the moment she met him, but it turns out that love was right under Edith's nose all along. Yes, it was. Oh, this is your childhood friend, your partner in crime, the one person who understands you, or that you feel understands you in this village, and vice versa. I'm sure Sir Augustine, you know, having the pressure of being the next lord, being inhuman, you know, he has his own issues with his own parents and everything like that. So, you know, it was just a lot. A lot of Sir Augustine's lore is actually in the previous save file, but to give him a bit of backstory, he is not Lord Nelson's biological child or even one of his adoptive children. He is like a distant nephew. His mother actually had him. His mother was of the Lord's bloodline, like Lord Nelson's older brother, I think, or like older cousin or something like that. Anyways, she got with that lord, had Augustine, realized that Augustine had this hair color that kind of outed her as having elven heritage, and literally left the village to start a whole new life in a different village. So in the other save file, she has children who she actually lived with and takes care of, and Sir Augustine was the only one not with her. It was very similar to what Susanna from our side households had gone through with her mother. And if you're not watching my side household series, one of our very distant, like second or third cousins had a child who had like a skin disorder. She's not even like, she's not even like in a cult or anything like that. She just had a skin disorder, but her mother kind of took it as a sign of like a bad omen, essentially, and thought it would bring bad news and pain and all types of stuff, and pretty much abandoned that daughter with her great grandmother Thelka. This was Thelka, once again, is Nasir's wife from Gen 3. This goes way back. Once again, this is a side household thing. But yeah, he has a similar story to Susanna's in that regard, which I was gonna make lore, but it's not in this save file, so y'all just kind of get spoken lore instead. So I wonder what their kids are gonna look like, because she gets to have a lot of kids. She gets to have 10, I think. No, okay, I was about to say, did I throw the sticky note away? Yeah, she gets to have 10 pregnancies, so we'll see. But I'm super glad that she realized that this was her soulmate. Oh, that just made my day. All right, let's get you a little snack. Everything's free. The bartender's not here. Okay, the bartender's not here. Is anyone else who's interesting here? Oh God, there's a vampire here. Yeah, we gotta go home. Who is this? We got weirdos outside. We gotta get back home. All right, so I'm just gonna have her kind of take care of herself for a bit. Sir Augustine's going to walk his fiance home, make sure she is safe under the supervision of her family. and then return home himself to carry out his own duties. I have noticed though that when she's with him, her anger is not at the forefront of her emotions. Normally it's like the very first thing she feels, but when she's with him, she was focused for a bit and now she's flirty, she's confident. So she really reminds me a lot of Nasir. I guess we're bringing him back. He's been dead for decades at this point, but if we recall, Nasir had some pretty hot-headed traits back in his youth as well, but it wasn't until he fell in love with and married Thelka and moved to Willow Creek that he kind of mellowed out, because Thelka completely matched his energy. And then he had like an army of daughters who also matched his energy. He didn't get to see most of them grow up because he passed away so soon, but he had so many daughters, and a lot of them were also like pretty hot-headed and temperamental, just like their father. And also most of them did not take anybody's BS like their mama. So I wonder if Thelka and Augustine's daughters are going to be like that as well, because they have a very passionate love, which is really nice to see. It's the next day, and the final... What eyebrow twitch was that? I didn't even mean to say the word final. I just saw your eyebrow twitch. It is the next day, and it is actually Lawrence's birthday. Look at him with his evil little face. Oh, I hope that's not like an omen of sorts, but he's aging up into a teenager today, and considering he's heir, I do think it's appropriate for us to throw a bit of a party. So, and he knows a good amount of people to invite. Of course, we have our family, but he knows the triplets, and we're going to invite over the twins, which might be awkward because we're also inviting over Henry. So I think because he's so close with the family just in general, he's going to invite all of them, even though the triplets had been disowned, but he still wants to kind of make a good impression for Henry. And of course, the future Lord Isaiah is coming. Not Isaiah, Lord, future Lord Sir Augustine is coming, because that is his future brother-in-law, and it is he's been wanting to become friends with him to this day. Sir Augustine is not too interested. He can probably sense his, I don't even know the word for it, but I think he can kind of sense Lawrence's disingenuity. That's not even a word, but since that he's not really genuine about pursuing a friendship with him, he's doing it for ulterior purposes. You know what I mean? Let's get... Everyone's gonna come get like a little bit of meal. It's a rainy day, but we're still gonna throw this party. I just want to get everybody kind of situated for the morning. Why are you freaking out? Okay, grieving. And you're going through a picky eater phase, and you're being gross. You've just got a lot going on. You've got a lot going on. Unfortunately, I still can't get over how good looking he and Celestia are. I don't know. To me, they're the two prettiest children. That's not really fair. Well, Warren is beautiful as well. Warren is such a beautiful, pretty face boy. And it's not really fair because Ada and Isolde are literally like 3. So they're not really working with much, you know? So let's see. Before we start this party, we do want to get our chores and stuff done. So you might want to finish eating, brother. Let's see. Let's get as much done as we can. All right, the cake is ready. We're not going to have a big giant feast because, well, we don't have the food for a big giant feast. So we are just going to throw this party. Let's see. Planned social event. Oh my gosh. Wait, did I say kids can't plan social events? That's stupid. Wait, no, he knew all the people I wanted to... No, wait, he knew children can't plan social events. That is stupid. Okay. I guess Lucia can do it, but Lucia don't know the people we know. No. Okay, so I wonder if I should have Lawrence go ahead and age up and then throw the party. I guess we'll do it like that then, so then he can, because I specifically want to invite these people that he knows, because he knows like a good little group. So that's what we're going to do right now instead. So let's get this D20 out. We'll have like a private celebration and then invite the rest of the friends and everything like that for us a little bit later. Don't have an umbrella open indoors. That's rude. So Little Lawrence right here is turning 13 years of age, which means that when we roll for his survival, we want to avoid the number 7. So my d20 is out and I'm rolling. He got a 2. Oh my god, I saw the curve and I thought it was 7. I was about to say that's crazy luck. So he survives. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Lawrence. This is the second time in a row we've had an heir actually survive to be a teenager. So this is the heir that will lead us into the 1400s. And technically, now that he's a teenager, is head of the family, or at least he will be in 3 years. So let me see, by 1359, really by year 1400. So we're going to start the next century with him being head of the family, which is crazy and a really interesting, like, great timing, but still crazy. So now that he is like this, I suppose, let's just go ahead and age him up. I'm so excited. At first I was nervous because I thought he was going to die. I did not think he was going to survive, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Let's see, he's aromantic, which, you know, it could work out either way. He's aromantic, proper, analytical, hyper. He becomes very energized, has trouble getting focus. I'm gonna be honest. Normally I would keep it, but I really don't feel like it fits because he has this humble, like, not humble, he has this proper and analytical trait. I feel like hyper wouldn't match. Like, he gets focused. Well, I mean, it could work. He's very energized, but has trouble getting focused. But maybe because the analytical skill means they get focused using mental skills, writing and mischief. So maybe when he's not like locked in on paperwork, he's just antsy, but he knows when to turn it down. You know what? I'll keep it. He knows when to tone it down, but he's so suppressed. He just has all this excess energy, but he knows like when to lock in and be proper and focus on the work he needs to get done. You know what? I'll keep it. Okay. So I don't know what he wants to do with his life. These don't really matter, but sometimes they give me some satisfaction points. I think he just wants to follow what has been the plan that's been laid out for him by his father and mother, which is lead the family, get money, get married, have children, like 4 things. He is the puppet heir. So that's kind of like his thing. And also, I don't think I've ever said this. I was going to say this in like a different video, but I have given like titles to all of the leaders of the family, like unofficially. I'll put it on the family tree, and then I'll probably do like an homage video going through the heads of the families and what their reign as head of the family was like and what it meant for the family at some point. But just to quickly go through the list as to why I called him the puppet heir. William and Matilda are the 2 that started the family to begin with, as we know, back in Gen 1. They are referred to as the matriarch and the patriarch. Alice, who was after that, who was never supposed to be heir, it was supposed to be her little brother Simon or her little brother Pasco. She is referred to as the survivor, considering she outlived her parents, all of her siblings, 3 husbands, most of her children, and a handful of grandchildren. So she's referred to as the survivor. Her son Amir, I kind of referred to him as Death's Child, or like touched by death. I kind of went with Death's Child. Not that he's biologically related to death, but the Grim Reaper was on his ass since day 1. Every time he had a birthday, every time something popped up, he was on death's row. Though it didn't even matter because the thing he feared the most, which was dying at 30, ended up happening anyways. So it was crazy. So he's like Death's Child, and his son Humphrey, who was supposed to be heir, and I guess considering Amir died like 2 seconds before he did, he was head of the family for like 0.5 seconds, but he was called the untalented heir. But of course nothing came out of that. He never got children. He never had children or anything like that. So the head of the family actually went to his younger brother Grogo, who I refer to as the unexpected heir, because no one was paying attention to that boy. I was all eyes on Humphrey. Literally, he had like a whole storyline and everything. So Grogo's the unexpected heir. He died extremely young and rather tragically. Stephen, considering he just passed away, I part of me wanted to call him the evil heir, but he's not evil. He He's just doing a lot. I call him the analytical heir, or like the manipulative heir. I think I'm sticking with analytical heir, just because he kind of watches the people around him and knew how to play the field. Like he was super spoiled by his mom and grandma. He knew how to play them to get them to give all the work to not Amis, what is his sister's name? Agnes. And then, you know, eventually he grew up, he had children of his own, and he's been like meticulously playing chess, planning out where he thinks they would best fit and how to like keep the family protected, but also well established, right? And that also means he was the one kind of pulling the puppet strings for a lot of his family members. Of course, you kind of see a little bit with Edith, but we definitely see it with his son Lawrence now, who has kind of I guess this hidden hyper side because he's so analytical proper. He doesn't like really allow himself to be energetic or in tune with other emotions because he's just so focused on getting done what needs to be done, or, you know, doing what he thinks his parents want him to do, what they've molded him to do. So that's why I call him the puppet heir, because he's had Stephen and also Lucia kind of pulling his strings like a little marionette, and he just follows whatever path they try to guide him down. There we go. Had nothing to do with the situation at hand, but I just want y'all to know what I've been doing in my head. Let me see. So I'm gonna say successful lineage because at the end of the day, that's generally what's been happening here. So let me give this guy a makeover, get these whack ass teeth away from him. Aw, the cute little grandmother there. And I'll be right back. You know, now that he's just about an adult, I can say with certainty, he doesn't look like either one of his parents. He's got some recessive genes going on. Only thing I could clock was this nose. This is definitely, it's not a Smith nose, but it is an Annabelle nose, which his father has. But other than that, I am not sure where the rest of these genetics are coming from, to be completely honest with you. That does not mean he's not handsome or good looking. My God, that jaw, this man could crack rocks with his teeth, bro. Why is he built kind of like Johnny Bravo? You know what I mean? Like, he does kind of look like a love interest for a BL, you know what I mean? But it's okay. It's okay to be built like a BL love interest. But hopefully your life isn't as dramatic as a BL, I should say. Now, is he extremely attractive? Yes, like unnecessarily so. Like in a different way than... like he's dangerously attractive. To me, he's like Amir. Amir was extremely attractive for no reason and he was fucking dangerous. Now, Lawrence is not dangerous in the same way because, well, he's not psychotic for one. He's just emotionally repressed, which could lead to some things, but we'll see. Right now, he's a young man who we're going to be spending the next few years, I guess, till he's 16, kind of trying to figure out who he's going to marry, but right now it's leaning towards Anahi, I think that's her name, Lord Henry's, not eldest daughter, because she's off somewhere, but like the girl twin. But this is him. He is honestly super good looking. Like I couldn't take it. He's like, I was not expecting him to be this good looking. I couldn't tell when he was a child, but he looks really good. So the Smith genes, no matter what they look like, they're gonna look good, which is crazy because I really underestimated him because David and Warren just blew me away. So if he looks this good and I underestimated him, I'm excited to see what David and Warren are going to look like. You know what I mean? But this is him. Yeah. So y'all let me know what you think. This is our teen boy, our heir to the family, our dark-skinned heir. Yeah, finally. But let's just get back into it. Now I am going to throw the party. And because he's a teen now, I guess we can just go ahead and jump into seeing, using the romance and, what is it called? Attraction thing to see if he finds any one of them attractive and how attractive he finds them. A part of me wants to go into my LGBT mod and see what he's feeling, but sometimes it's, I'm not gonna say it's wrong. It's not wrong necessarily, but sometimes it's, it changes, you know what I mean? So I could do it right now, but when I do it when they're freshly teens, it just says that they're straight hetero. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it takes a minute for things to kick in. I will go and make sure that he has the aromantic thing though. But that's about it. That's about it. I don't really want to touch anything else. Well, also get uncomfortable around Sims who already have a positive romantic relationship with them. I might not need to. We'll see. I'll see if I go in and give him like an actual romantic trait from the mod, or just leave the personality a romantic trait. But none of that matters right now because I want to throw this party and I want the people to come. We have these birthday candles. I'm gonna take these candles off and just have everybody eat cake because, well, he's already aged up. There's nothing to blow out. So let's see. I always forget which one it is. It's this social one. I keep wanting to press on the house because it's a house party. But let's plan a social event, which I didn't realize children couldn't do. I feel like they should be able to throw a house party, but apparently they can't. I just see Annabelle in the back having a breakdown. That's sad. Oh, why are you enraged? Goodness, you're annoying. I'm not gonna say birthday party because, well, the birthday has already happened. It's not a ball. Debutante, not that. It's not a ball. Not a religious gathering. It's not a wedding. What is this? Oh, this is investor ceremony. Not a family reunion per se. Archery competition. We'll just say house party. I'll say house party. Hopefully no one brings like a dish or anything like that. I'll just throw it out if they do. The host is the family. Really Lawrence, but we'll say Lawrence and his mother. Grandmother too, not Edith. We'll say these guys. Yes, of course the family. Luna, Anahi, Celestria, the twins, David, Henry, Sir Augustine, Lord Nelson, Alexis, Autumn, and Isaiah, and Edith. There we go. Everybody who's anybody is coming. We don't need any of this. And it's gonna be here right now. Yay! Yay! It is raining, so hopefully I don't want to... Man, how do I take off these candles? Let's come remove these candles. Everybody's in their party wear, which y'all rarely get to see because we don't throw too many parties, but the richer we are, the more events we have. So it'll give us a good reason to go to social gatherings and throw parties and stuff more often if we have money. Sir Augustine is here. Lawrence, I need to talk to him. I think you lost your thing about wanting to be friends with him. I think now that he's also a teenager, he kind of sees things differently. You didn't even talk to the guy. Was being in his presence that enough? He came for Edith and Edith only. Honestly, as he should. That's his... Is cereal soup? No. Cereal is not soup. Okay, so while everyone is here, Edith, do not throw a tantrum in front of our guests, please. Let's call everyone to meal. Oh, Sir Augustine calmed her down a little bit, kind of. She's still pissed, but she's still pissed, but she's calming down a little bit. So I'm gonna have Lawrence call people to meal. Hopefully I can get all the guests and stuff in the house so that Sir Lawrence can do his thing. Where are my guests? Did they literally not show up? That's rude. That's rude. Is he the only one who came? Maybe they're just like somewhere else doing something. Oh, that's so rude. What the heck? Yeah, they're not here. Wow. Well, oh well. Oh well. David is unexpectedly having such a hard time with his father's death. I honestly didn't expect him. I mean, that's his father and he's a little kid, so of course he's gonna grieve, but I didn't expect him to be this, I don't know. It's hard. Is it bad to say I didn't expect him to be as sad about it? Or at least not as strongly sad. Okay. Lawrence and Lucia are not having a good time. Cloud gaze with Annabelle. Okay, he just wants to spend time with his family today, which that is not a problem at all. But considering that this house party is a absolute wash and nothing is happening, I'm going to not do that. We're going to cancel it so that I can invite everybody here, because no one else came anyway. So it's not like I'm not going to waste my time and be like, oh, the party's happening. Oh, now you want to show up. Oh, well, Anahi's here. I suppose let's come greet our guest. I suppose let's have a deep conversation with her. Oh my gosh, Annabelle's outfit started glitching out in the distance. Let's come have a deep conversation with our guest. Maybe get to know her again. So the twins have aged up, as you can see. I don't remember if we saw them in person or not, but this is Anahi. What a great impression she's making right now. Excellent. White material right there. Put a ring on it. Oh, she's so cute though. And they get along. So I wonder, let me see. I wonder how I don't need to scout quite yet. I could just do this. Very attractive. Okay. So we find Anahi very attractive. I wonder how she holds up against her sisters. Once again, not to put them in competition. I just want to know how he feels in terms of like looks. He is aromantic, so maybe it'll look a little bit different with the others. Also, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll give him the LGB mod aromantic trait a little bit later, because if I give it to him now, it's going to make it a bit more difficult for me to discern who he should marry, which I don't mind personally, but we're on time crunches, kind of. It makes things a lot more difficult to get them. It makes it a lot more difficult to get them married. So maybe I'll do it after he figures out, after we figure out who he's gonna marry. Right now, and now he's the leading choice because this was Stephen's pick, and he's kind of just going along with whatever his parents are deciding for his life. Okay, these guys are having an awkward conversation. Oh. So Anahi is making the first move. She's dazed as well, so I wonder if that's her actually finding him attractive and liking him, or her father kind of instructing her to seduce him so that she could make an impression on this young heir. I have no clue. I want to visit the triplets. Maybe I can't go to their house because after David's thing with their brother-in-law, I should say, we actually can't go back to that house. That's what Warren wrote, and that house is unsafe, as we know, so I'll just put some makeup on it, no matter. So maybe we'll invite the twins out to the tavern to celebrate. Maybe, you know what, I'm sure when we invited over all the family members, they each heard that they were coming, and then just, where are you coming from, Edith? Hold on. Where are you coming from? Where were you? You're coming to make fun of Anahi. You're coming from like, I don't even know where you just came from. You just appeared to cause problems. Okay, that's how you like to spend your day. Go for it. These two are getting along. So Anahi seems to be into him. I wonder to what extent. Once again, maybe this is part of her trying to, I don't know. They didn't get any romance out of it. She just kind of flirted and dipped, which was interesting. Anahi is running. Where did these kids just come from? Whatever. Okay, so we're gonna head to the tavern because I want to take a gander at those triplets so we can see what they look like as teens now. Let's get Augustine, Isaiah, and Autumn. I also kind of sort of think that Celestria and Isaiah would make a good match, but Celestria is so much younger and I don't have Isaiah's household under my command, so he could easily like get married and leave or something like that at any point in time. But if he doesn't do any of that stuff and Celestria is still on the markets, and well, I have to roll to see if she's even going to get married and have kids, but if she were, I think that Isaiah is my pick. She hasn't really met the guy now or yet or anything like that, but personally I would pick Isaiah and Celestria together. I think they would just make some pretty cute kids. But now we get to see Autumn, Luna, and Isaiah. I still haven't changed their names. I feel like I've said their names too many times to just be like, well, I'm changing their name now. So let's see. Scope the surroundings. I just kind of want to know what you feel about Luna. Well, I guess I could have did that without anything else. Okay. So he doesn't find them absolutely repulsive, which is a good sign. A good sign. Okay, I thought I saw a heart above Isaiah for a second. Oh my god, Edith's about to be mad at her boyfriend for not going to prom with her. I gotta delete that. But he never really got a chance to know Autumn as much, but he does find her attractive, but he finds Anahi more attractive. And as for Luna, okay, I was about to say it'd be crazy if he thought differently of these two considering they're identical. But so his favorite is actually Anahi, which, oh, this is interesting because I know we were all team Autumn, but you know, sometimes talking to people kind of makes a difference. So I'm sorry, we were all team Luna for him. So I wonder if talking to her and getting to know her will make a difference because like we just said a few minutes ago, just because he finds her attractive does not mean that they're soulmates. And just because someone is soulmates doesn't mean that they'll necessarily get married. She's obsessive. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay, so this is interesting. So at least he has a friend, kind of. He has Isaiah, and Isaiah seems pretty interested in wanting to getting to know him better. So, you know, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should get to know Isaiah a little bit better. We never really took the chance to actually get to know this guy. So let's just... He's a music... Oh? What? Whoa. I think I see why Isaiah's interested in having a talk with Lawrence. So this whole family seems to really like Lawrence, or at least Anahi and Isaiah. I can't really tell about Luna. Luna could just think very platonically of him, if anything. Even though Isaiah just did all that, I do still want us to be friends. So I'm going to do my cloud gazing trick and give these two some privacy just to kind of see what happens. But the twins and triplets look amazing. As you can see, they're all so cute. And Isaiah is super handsome. This is why I kind of wanted him to be with Celestia. I think they would make some great kids. This is Luna, the one who we all really want to be with Lawrence. But Anahi isn't bad. It's just he and Luna hit it off way easier than him and Anahi. But just because you're friends doesn't necessarily mean that there's romance, you know? And here's Autumn, who is the one we want. Y'all are not wearing the outfits I gave y'all, but whatever. Here's Autumn, who is the one we kind of are rooting for with, what is his name? David. There we go. So she is a little bit older than him, but his birthday isn't that far behind, to be honest. But yeah, so Lawrence, come make a friend, spend some time with Isaiah, I suppose, and we'll see what happens. Putting on a brave face is admirable. However, these days, Lawrence is feeling his mask slip more and more and has spiraling into the blues grief type. Okay. So he spiraled a bit into like the sadness of his grief over his father. And it's been about 2 years since Stephen died, because he died in the 1964? Sorry, 1394. Good lord. Lawrence isn't straight. Hold on. I can tell because my straight sims, my sims who are heterosexual, they don't get attractiveness things about... Sorry, my sims, how do I word this? The sims don't get attractiveness things, like telling me how attractive they think someone is, if they aren't of the gender that they are attracted to. So if I have a lesbian sim, I don't even get this option for male sims. If I have a gay sim, I don't get this for female sims. If I have heterosexual sims, you know, so on and so forth. So, Lawrence, once you're done, for my peace of mind, okay? Thank you, Luna. I'm actually going to take a gander at what your sexuality is. I know you're a romantic, but are you bi? Are you pan? What's going on here? What is... Okay. The Rose Lights really like Lawrence. Okay. Luna Rose just did something romantic with Lawrence. Her twin triplet brother, Isaiah Rose, just did something romantic with him. And Nahi Light flirted with him. Lawrence, you are in high demand. I told y'all he was handsome. I told y'all. I said this is a handsome man. I'm going to give him some privacy while he takes a dump and figure out what's going on here. He's reached some new conclusions about himself. Let's see. Aha. Bisexual, allosexual. I'll change this allosexual to, this allo-romantic to aromantic in my off time, just so it can match his trait. But okay, so he is a bi man. You know what? Congratulations, Lawrence. Congratulations, my brother. Okay, the only sibling so far, besides Anahi's twin brother, Alexander, I think that's his name, hasn't flirted with her. So Autumn and Alexander, I think that's his name, have not flirted with him. But he gets along with her well, which is nice. Do not take David's girl. I'm warning you. I'm gonna be mad, Lawrence, if she falls in love with you. Mad. Okay, it's almost midnight. Go home. Go home. Out here flirting with the whole bloodline. In my last side household update, we just had a bunch of Smith cest, and now you got this whole other family pining after you specifically. I mean, get it, I guess, shit. But at least let them be scattered throughout different families, you know? Don't let it all be from the same. You got flirted with by one sister, flirted with by her half-brother, and flirted with that brother's triplet sister. Like, you're only missing one of the other triplet sisters and a twin brother. That's all you're missing. It's the next morning, and everyone's just here getting ready for the day, eating breakfast. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find Lawrence a better job. He's been in training to be a page for a while now. He's just a teen, so I'm not sure exactly what all the options are. But... oh, I need to get off the grid real quick. I need to leave the lot for a second to do that, but... mark my words, it will get done. But in the meantime, I'm just having everyone get on up and get some breakfast. Well, Edith, just because you're about to be lordess soon does not mean that you are exempt from taking care of your duties. We are still going to get back on our yard sale because, well, our taxes are high. We have to pay a 10,000 simoleon dowry for her next year, which will leave us with 22k. And our taxes are like 6k. So losing out on the wine sale for the past couple years, well, since fall, because we lost all of our fall grape crops due to the village being burned down. It burned down with the old house. Did cause us to lose quite a bit of money. And rebuilding this home and taking care of it and everything isn't cheap. You know what I mean? Oh, here these two come. Y'all are scary. Especially this guy back here. Christopher Bolin. Oh, Slack. Hello there. How's it? What are you two going off to do? You better not be cheating on your wife. Slack? Slack? Don't let me see nothing crazy. What are y'all doing? Why did you both walk back here like that? What's happening? And Edith has just started fights with everyone here. She started arguing with Arabella and thought about starting an argument with the Slack. Oh, and she did start an argument with the Slack. Why? That's not very good business practice to provoke your potential patrons, your customers. Maybe one of her siblings will have to start taking this over. She is, not as good of a fit as she used to be for customer service, you know. First off, Lawrence, this is not your brother-in-law quite yet, but I'm glad that you already think of him as such. Secondly, he thinks that Sir Augustine is very attractive. And Isaiah as well, very attractive. Okay, so you think that Anahi, Isaiah, and Sir Augustine are very attractive, but not Autumn and Luna. That's a little crazy, but okay. Now I want to know what you think about Lord Alexis. Oh wait, you already know him. Basic. That's funny. Well, the attractiveness and the soulmate mod are two different things, so he could think one way about their physical appearance and still be their soulmate without finding them extremely attractive, right? Because Edith thinks that Sir Augustine is like okay, like she doesn't think he's ugly, obviously, but she doesn't find him like strikingly beautiful, yet they are still soulmates. And David's getting along with Ada, which is great. Oh, never mind. No, they're not. For some reason, David and Ada have a difficult family dynamic. Not sure why you have a difficult dynamic with your 2-year-old sister, but David, you have a long laundry list of problems. I wonder if he was just doing too much and Ada is Ada the one who's independent? Charmer and Wild. No, that's Isolda. Well, I don't know what happened, but it kind of drew a bit of a rift between... Edith, what the fuck? Why did you come in and just start yelling at them? These guys are fine. They're just going through a little spat. Okay. I think David's just trying to coddle his little sister too much, and Ada is just not having it. What was that? What was that love sandwich? You gave him a hug, kicked him in the shin, and gave him another hug. Why are these guys stuck in a hug loop? I think David's just constantly asking for hugs. I think he just needs a hug. He just wants to be held. He wants to be comforted. Oh, David. These two are getting along a lot better now that Lawrence is older. Maybe the reason Sir Augustine wasn't interested in speaking to Lawrence wasn't because he felt that Lawrence was, had ulterior motives to want to befriend him, but because, well, he was a child, and sometimes it's awkward to have long-term conversations with young children. It's difficult for me to have long conversations with kids younger than me. Some people can do it for like hours on end and it energizes them and they're like doing great. I struggle, admittedly. Did you both just freak out at the same time? Oh, look at these. Look at this. Our 3 most problematic children. Well, Celestria is not really problematic. Well, telling your sister she's not a real alien is a bit problematic, actually. Our 3 most problematic children. And honestly, you know what, y'all? I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this episode here. We've done quite a lot, and I'm super excited to see Lawrence all grown up, and he's getting a lot done so far, which is crazy considering he's just now a teenager, but honestly, he was kind of molded to be, fast-paced and just to get the job done, Edith, please. So I hope everything works out. He's super handsome. I wonder who he's going to be with in the future. Like I said, all signs are leading to Anahi. Luna doesn't seem well, no, Luna did flirt with him. I wonder how the other families feel about him, like how attractive they find him. And I'm also really interested to see if he's going to feel certain attractions for other people in the future. Considering his aromanticism, is that aromanticism like where on the line of aromantic does that land? I know it says specifically aromantic, the trait, but is it closer to like gray romantic, demi-romantic, Cupio romantic, like something like that? And will that be a problem with his potential spouse or partner? And if he finds his soulmate, because that could really make a marriage pretty awkward if you marry someone and you're soulmates with one of their siblings, right? So y'all let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.